Sunday morning pretty early on. I'm in Chang. I'm in a pretty tatty car park with dumped cars and burnt out cars. Under the elevated tollway, the railway line's behind me, but I'm not here for the vista. I've actually come to see one of my friends, catch up with one of my friends. He's been racing a Peugeot 306 with 528 horsepower in the Toyo series in Thailand. 6 rounds, 5 at Bira Circuit, 1 at Buriram, multiple races at each, a whole championship. I caught up with him about 9 months ago when he put this Peugeot 306 on the dyno and he got 528 horsepower out of it. He's here now. Then he told me he blowed all his money on the engine and getting the power. Gonna do the series on no money at all, everything borrowed, everything scrounged. So I want to see how he got on, how well he got on, and how much money he actually spent, because I think that's going to be quite interesting to see. And obviously 528 horsepower 306 on the dyno is one thing. Real life on tracks like Pira and Buriram is a different story completely. Sadikab, good morning. Been an interesting season then, 3rd place in the championship. So today I want to find out really off you how you did this year, how you did this on virtually no budget at all. While we're just setting up, we're basically Cutouts brought basically a season's worth of implements, a race car, a race driver, various things that have happened during the year. What he's done with this car is 6 races, 5 at Pira, 1 at Chang circuit, what I started saying before, just as he was arriving and then interrupted me. 6 races without any money. He put all the money into getting this car up to 528 horsepower, getting something that was meaty. It was pretty much second-hand the way it's put together. The tyres were old. All these kind of things were borrowed and loaned to get going because he's got no money to go racing. He's done 6 races, a whole championship. We've just stacked the trophies on the roof, so pretty good. 58,000 baht, we've broke it down, we've gone through each race, all the costs, and I'm going to drop the figures onto the screen here so you can get an idea of how you can really race on a budget in Thailand. 58,000 baht, that's about 1,600 euros, so a bit under, so just under 250 euros a race, about $1,700-800, so $300 a race. That's mental. I'm not going to put the price in rubles because by the time I edit this and put it on YouTube, the price will have changed for sure. But we got baht, dollars, euros to give you an idea, and that's mental. How little money he's managed to go racing and a whole stack of trophies on the roof that he's come out with. So you really can go racing on a budget, and I think that's the exciting thing to do. Pira, Buriram, they're great tracks, totally different. One's brand new, one's very old. Completely different styles, but you can have a lot of fun, you can go racing. And the second thing is he's proved that a 528 horsepower car in a Peugeot 306, a little front wheel drive car, is something that works. Because yeah, we put it on the dyno. When he rang me up and said, I'm going to drop it on the dyno, you're going to be in for a surprise. I was like, kind of, yeah. But then the dyno doesn't lie. The figures came out, but can you do a full season? Can you do a full season reliably on a second-hand turbo, a stock bottom end? Clearly that's the case. Clearly he's managed to do that. So there we go. Want to talk to Kuno now, see what he's got to say. So here we have a full racing season basically. The implements, I'm not sure that's the right word, the highlights of the season maybe. We've got 1 race car, Peugeot 306, front wheel drive, 528 horsepower. 2-litre turbocharged engine, pretty much stock bottom end, reworked top end, and a big turbo on it. We have one racing driver, a fairly rookie racing driver, I should say, his second season in motorsport. His first season was in a 205. We've got one broken gearbox here. I'm going to find out why this is broken, but with the horsepower and this engine and a transmission, I can kind of join the dots. We have a tent as well. I'm going to find out more about this because that's obviously going to cut money down. And we have 7 trophies. From 6 race meetings, we have 6 trophies, plus we have a championship trophy. That's pretty good. And as I said before, all those 7 trophies have come on 58,000 baht. And it looks like it's getting busier here as well. It looks like there's a market setting up around us. So maybe at the end of this, we can try and sell some of these gearbox parts, try and make some money towards next season's racing budget. Although whether a Peugeot 306 transmission chewed up somewhat is going to attract too much money, I'm not too sure.
For the first day of my racing, I drove a 205 with an NA engine. It's about 180 horsepower. But for the second year of my racing, I have driven this 306 with a powerful 525 horsepower. I'm really happy with that. It's so much fun and it's quite difficult to drive, to control. But I'm also quite happy because I can win a trophy with a limited budget, with a powerful car, and I can achieve my dreams that I had a dream about 15 years before it became true. This one is a mechanical issue we had. It's a stock gearbox running with kind of that power, 500 horsepower, and it was my fault to blow this gear while I rode racing on the 5th round at the Toyo. Fuel is not controlled. We use E85 for the fuel pump, and I use about 60 liters per each race at the Bira and 100 liters at the Chang circuit. So in 1 year I use about 400 liters of E85, which cost about 25 to 27 baht per liter. Since we are a small team, we have a limited budget. So the first budget that easiest to cut is the hotel budget. So I slept in the tent at the circuit instead for every race, and I moved that budget to be my fuel price for my racing car. Okay, let me explain about my tires at the Chang circuit I use. This one is an old set of slick tires. It's from year 17. It is a second hand. And at the Chang circuit, due to high speed, I use a lot of brake forces. Here's the proof. Before the racing, this one is clean white wheels, and after racing here a lot of brake dust, as you can see. The other cost for me for the racing, there are race registration fee at the Bira. It's about 3,000 baht for 2 series. A parking tent fee is about 500 baht. Practice day fee is about 1,500. The etiquette test is about 200. And my truck fuel is about 600 baht. And also the food on my first day is about 1,000 baht. And for the Buriram, the race registration fee is about 3,000 baht for 2 series. For the parking lot fee is about 2,500 baht. And about the practice day fee is really high. It's about 5,000 baht. The etiquette test is about 100 baht. My truck fuel is going up to about 2,000. And my food on 4 days is also the same, about 1,000 baht. So at the Buriram I have spent a budget about twice more than Bira.
So that's pretty much it. What we have here is a full season's racing, 6 rounds, multiple races at each round, 5 rounds at Bira Circuit, 1 round at Chang International Circuit. Great mix, 2 completely different tracks. Bira Circuit, short, narrow, twisty, tight, a real historic track near the seaside in Pattaya. Buriram, an FIA Grade 1 world-class track, brand new, well 5-6 years old now, holds MotoGP, holds things like World Touring Cars, World Superbikes, racing on those circuits with this car for under 60,000 baht. That, as I said before, a quick calculation, just over 1,500 euros, just over 1,700 US dollars. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool to be able to do that. And I think that's the beauty in Thailand, that really you can do everything here. You can manage everything. Cornote, he hasn't got a big budget, put all the money, he wanted to race a powerful car, that was his dream, put all the money into getting the horsepower out, got the horsepower, got the figures, got a car that is going to be a hell of a lot of fun to drive, then go out and race affordably, and at the end scoop up the trophies. A lot of 2, 3, 4 places here, pick them up. Great for a second year. He's going to be working up and he's going to be on the top step for sure, I would expect, this season. So I want to say thank you to Cornote for coming down this morning. This is probably not my greatest ever choice of backdrop. As we discussed, there were some really cool containers that made a great backdrop, but when we turned up this morning they'd gone, so we're left with kind of a scruffy car park and also a lot more traffic than I expected on Sunday morning. So excuse the backdrop slightly, but hopefully we've got across that you can race in Thailand, you can race cheaply and you can have a lot of fun. It's very cost effective. We've been here since about 9 o'clock this morning, and you'll have seen in the back of some of the videos, this ice cream truck has been here most of the morning, and now we're after lunch, we're into the afternoon, it's after 1 o'clock. We've just finished. But this truck has been doing crazy business all morning, non-stop, people coming up and cars, motorbikes. 4 or 5 people at a time standing around it often, and the people serving have been non-stop working. So this is obviously very, very popular and obviously must have a reputation, although this is a car park kind of where you wouldn't really go or stop. So we've got to try it. I said to Cornell, we've just finished, we've got to find out what this ice cream is all about.